I think I always have coffee in my hand. Yeah, I think I always do. I'm not sure. Maybe I think it's a security thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. When I go into the classroom, I've got it. George Burns once was talking about why he smokes a cigar, why he smoked a cigar when he was on stage, and what he found was without the cigar, he raced through his jokes too quickly. When you're the teacher, you ask that question. And no one answers. You can hear the crickets chirping in the background, and what seems like 30 seconds, what is 30 seconds of silence seems like 30 minutes. I'll sit there and just kind of wait them out, and while I'm waiting them out, I'll have a cup of coffee and take a drink.
We don't need no education.
I started teaching in 1980. At the time, there wasn't much training for grad students. And so I was handed a syllabus and handed a textbook and said, go teach. And the first day of class, I hand out the syllabus and I talk about the class and I have the students introduce themselves. It was like a 9 o'clock class, and I look up at the clock and it's about 10 after 9. I had nothing left. That was it. I had nothing planned. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Student learning is more important than teaching, and I know that may not make a whole lot of sense, but part of the job, I think, of being an effective teacher is setting up situations where students can learn. That's a kind of basic principle of structure. You raise, then you satisfy. The technical term is relative readability. There are times when lectures are important to get certain information across, but more important, I think, is after that presentation, what can we do in the classroom to help the students use that information in a way so it really drives it home to them.
I want you to take me to funky town. Won't you take me to funky town?
I've got a list of grading criteria already set up that I give the other participants in the group about throwing a ball. And the criteria can be on an A to F scale: distance, force, accuracy. Any of those can be grading criteria. But I don't let the person throwing the ball know what they are. So I just hand the ball to the person and just give them a very simple assignment. Throw the ball. And so they'll throw it, and then they get graded. And grades will go from an A to an F. And there's usually some kind of puzzlement about how can that throw for one person be an A and for another person be an F. So that's just kind of to introduce this idea of how to articulate clear grading criteria and how sharing those in advance can impact performance. I have 3 daughters, Rachel, Sarah, Rebecca. My wife, Karen, works at Wright State University. She's a librarian. She actually started here at UD. I'm outnumbered, severely outnumbered. We have a dog, it's a female, so I'm completely outnumbered in the house. All 3 daughters swim. When I was growing up, I swam a lot. I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, and was always hanging out with swimmers. So that when my kids started swimming and taking an interest in it, I decided I'd try to get involved where I could, and eventually started coaching. We practice at UD, at the Recplex. Most of my time, at certain times of the year, most of my time is at the pool. I came to UD in 1988. When I came, I had short hair. Because I was still doing quite a bit of swimming myself at the time, and the hair was fairly short. And oddly, the hair started growing long after I got tenure. I don't know if there's a cause-effect relationship there between growing it long and getting tenure, and I don't know. It's been a really terrific pleasure working in the English department. There's a lot of freedom and flexibility here to let faculty members grow, and I think that's always been a wonderful part of UD and why I just couldn't imagine going anyplace else.